Oh my God, long shots were never my best, but I can always dunk. That's a pretty intense start to the video, guys. You know, gotta hit a little warm up before we go to the gym. So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm finally back with another episode of Road to Olympia, off-season edition. Let me catch your breath. My heart rate's already up. I'm ready to go kill this workout, and I know, guys, it's been quite some time since the last video. I'm sorry, I've had a couple hectic weeks and it was hard to stay consistent with the uploads, but I'm finally settled here in Dallas, Texas. We are in the process of moving still, you know, not everything is set up, but as soon as I was able to get things in order, I want to get back to the consistent uploads on YouTube and keep up with the journey, because I know you guys are waiting for these videos and I honestly can't wait to film them for you. So that's why I do bodybuilding nowadays. So we're just gonna dive right into it, and I'll show you guys what's in my pre-workout meal as I'm starting my off season, or continuing my off season. We are about 240 pounds right now, so the bulk is bulking. So unfortunately my stove top broke, so now I'm using this grill to make my beef, and I'm gonna have these little meatballs for my pre-workout, and some white rice, freshly steamed, with some banana. I'm gonna cook this up real quick. Look at this. Boom. All right, where's the balls? Okay. So I don't like having too much food pre-workout, so we're just gonna do 250 grams of rice and throw in the banana in there. I love the combination of sweet and sour, so it's one of my favorite things nowadays, actually, because I don't like going just sweet, especially when your appetite goes down a little bit. Having sweet and sour is like the best mix to get the most amount of food down. So throwing the banana in, I'm just gonna cut it up real quick. And we're gonna do 150 grams of those meatballs of 93.7 ground beef. And damn, man, I thought the groceries would be a little cheaper in Texas. This came down to a pound of ground beef here is $11. You don't wanna cheap out on your meats, especially when you're trying to have the most quality protein at all times. So, it's a little too much. We're gonna take a smaller meatball here. That 160's work. It's perfect. I'm gonna throw in some salt and mix it up. It's gonna be my pre-workout meal. And today I am hitting chest and biceps, which are the two body parts I'm actually trying to prioritize the most right now. You guys know my legs used to be a strong body part, but now that my upper body's kind of catching up, I'm also prioritizing legs. So on my leg days, I usually do the cheat meal, but on these days, I'm just trying to get all my meals in, you know, at least 6 meals of solid food. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this down. But before that, I'm gonna show you guys what's in my intra shake, because I don't think I've done that in a while. And as always, Axe Sledge helps me out with having all the supplements on deck. And number one thing I put in my intra are the intra carbs. It's Demo Day from Axe Sledge, and I do about a scoop and a half, which is about 40 grams of carbs. And this is gonna make sure I kickstart my recovery process right when I'm lifting, so I'm recovering faster and also getting better pumps throughout my lift. Also, we're using the grind from Axe Sledge, which is a mix of EAAs and some hydration. Also helps the muscle breakdown, protein synthesis, and everything like that. Keeps you less catabolic throughout your sessions. So this is an essential. I do about a scoop and a half as well of this. I'm gonna do number one pump driver of this concoction. Maybe pretty leveled with Demo Day, but hydraulic. Also one of my favorite pump products I've ever had, and this has a lot of big spectrum of pump products and some nootropics for better workouts. So almost 2 scoops of this. And one thing I started adding in recently is glutamine. First of all, for my gut, it helps you recover the healthy bacteria in your gut. And so I try to have it throughout the day. So if I have it like midday, my intra workout, it helps me to get it in. I also have it in the morning and at night. And the number one most essential supplement is creatine. I ran out of Action Sledge one, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I Amazon this one, and we're gonna do 10 grams of creatine as well. Helps you get a couple extra reps on your sets, and you know, increase the mitochondria energy, ATP in your cells. So this is really, really essential. So this is my concoction for the intra. Hope you guys find it useful. I think this is number one thing you can use to increase the quality of your workouts. And Action Sledge always comes in clutch. So if you guys want to save some money and get yourself some Action Sledge, use code SWL at checkout. It'll save you 10%. So I'm also going to show you guys what I take for my pre-workout, and this flavor of intake, I think this was one of the fall collections, full drops, and this has been my favorite flavor, apple pie moonshine. It tastes amazing. So I'm gonna probably end up dry scooping it or mix it up in the water before I go train. Let's get this pre-workout meal in, and I'll see you guys on my way to the gym. Uh-oh, there she is. I love this flavor. I think I just swallowed my Zen. Freak. Whatever. So yeah, guys, we got a new car. A lot of you guys don't know. I mean, probably none of you guys know, but I hit a deer in my other Beamer in the X6M. So, you know, luckily insurance paid it off. So I was able to get this car. I decided to, you know, switch it up. I never had a sedan, and this one's a sporty one, and it's been a lot of fun. Obviously, I miss my other car, but this car has been something new to try out. Got a nice color. It's got a good amount of power, nice handling, and it's been fun to whip it around. So we're gonna whip it to this new gym that just opened. I'm pretty excited to check it out, and I know they have a lot of sick equipment that I would love to try for my chest especially. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't been there, so I don't know what to expect yet, but I've heard really good reviews, so pretty excited to check it out. So let's head out. All right, guys, so we're in. This is probably one of the coolest gyms I've ever been to, and man, it's packed. I could see why, honestly. This has like the most amount of variety, and just the selection of pieces here is amazing. So I was recommending this shoulder raise for side delts. So I'm gonna start with this to get my shoulders warmed up before I go into chest movements. And there's like at least 30 different chest presses. So we're gonna just like mess around and see which ones are the best. I did sign up, so I'm gonna be coming here all the time, so I'll have a lot of time to try everything out. And man, let's just get into it. Let's try it out. So this is a New Tech side raise. I'm gonna do my warm-up set. I don't think I'm gonna be filming like the whole workout because we have a lot of other footage. I don't want to make a video like 3 hours long, but yeah, man, the tension on here feels amazing. I'm gonna do like 3 to 4 working sets. Do this one as a warm-up set. Yeah, man, I kind of underestimated myself here. I could probably go heavier, but damn, man, this machine is smooth. And I don't know if you guys noticed when I put my legs on this platform here, it did make a difference. I was able to like contract my shoulders a little bit better. I don't know why. I don't know how those biomechanics make sense, but it did. So I'm actually gonna go full stack on this. Kind of sad that I won't be able to progressively overload on here, but maxing it out the first time. All right. Now we work. Now we work. Hitting my final set here, and the last two already felt much heavier, so this one we're just gonna go no breaks as many as I can. So let's run it. All right, so I did one set off camera, and honestly, one of my favorite pieces. I really like this machine because it activates the pec major, which is like the majority of your muscle, majority of your pec muscle, and the pec minor is just the little stripe up here. So you want to activate the most when you do start your workout, and I found this to be the most effective way because it really isolates your chest, and you're able to just hammer everything right into your pec and isolate your triceps, keep the triceps and front delts out of the movement. I actually did this machine with Hani Ramba when we did train chest, and you know, the man knows. I'm just gonna learn from the best and incorporate this into my routine. And I already did one set off camera, as I said, and now I'm just gonna be working up to my top set of 8 reps by doing 8 rep increment sets, and just go up like this. So let's go up a little bit. I'm just gonna do 8 reps, keep it away from failure, and my last set is gonna be failure. So Hani emphasized the stretch on here, so make sure you just stretch as much as you can here, and when you bring it in, make sure you open up your palms like this. Makes a better contraction.
still light, but I'm just gonna make sure I execute as much of quality reps as I can, but just stop at 8. Just almost like that scooping movement. You just want to scoop it and contract. So, you know, if you have lacking body parts, you want to look for any little cues that you can find. And for me, you know, I lack that pec major, the lower swoop of your chest. So this is the best way for me to get into the workout and prioritize the chest. So let's go up more. I'm gonna take pretty low rest times on my workout sets and rest a little bit longer before my top set. I think I'll be able to max this out as well. We'll see. We're not gonna be chasing the weight as much, just executing and make the most out of it. So as I'm feeling the pump coming in, I want to make sure I restore the glycogen that I'm losing and sip on my intra. You want to get the most of your intra down in the beginning of the workout, just so you have time for it to actually saturate in your bloodstream. Alright, so I did end up working up to a full stack on this. So let's see how this goes. We're going to be doing one singular top set here, just so I could conserve some energy for my main movements. But this is the best thing you could do to activate your chest, I swear. It's amazing. Oh my God, bro. I just kept going, but honestly the pump gets so painful. I didn't know if I could do another good rep, so stopped at 12. But damn, that was a good one working set, bro. If you have one working set, you gotta just push it fucking balls to the walls. You already know, guys, we don't fucking stop. I definitely want to emphasize, guys, it's totally an improvised workout. So I'm just going from machine to machine just because it's a new gym. And also, you know, sometimes like it's good to get out of the routine of doing the same exact movements every time. So wherever feels good for you, just do it. Sometimes it'll result in a better hypertrophy just because the muscle is shocked. It's not used to the certain patterns that you're using, and it just feels good. So why not try out some cool stuff? You know, have fun. So next up, I have this converging chest press. It's pretty nice, a little bit weird, but I do get a crazy contraction on here, so we're just gonna rock with it and see how heavy we can go. But it does feel like it's got a really sharp angle, which is fire. Really good contraction because of the conversion. I worked up to 4 plates on this thing, which is low-key heavy for this machine, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna shoot for like 8 to 12 here. We'll see how many I can get. It is more of a decline press, honestly, so I'm gonna throw in like another flat horizontal press. I like to vary between horizontal and vertical presses, so we'll see. Wait, so this one's horizontal. I'm gonna do another vertical press, and probably another incline.
Sorry about that, bro.
Oh, you're good. Just a lot of control here. One of the recent problems I've had with my chest days is that my triceps are becoming a little bit too weak for how strong my chest is getting. And the triceps is often the reason I'm not able to get the rep. So that's why I'm throwing in a lot more like fly movements, which isolate my chest and exclude the triceps, pretty much exclude the whole elbow joint out of the movement. It feels good, but I do need to strengthen my triceps, and that's why I need to make sure my joints also keep up with it, because my elbows sometimes don't feel good. So that's also another issue that a lot of people face. You have to just work around it. Sometimes you gotta wear some elbow wraps, and often you just gotta warm up a little bit extra. Also remove the inflammation and tension from your elbows by doing like body work, also taking supplements. All plays a role. So I'm just trying to work on that as well. And I'm able to keep up and keep it pretty healthy, but certain workouts my elbows don't feel good. Today, surprisingly, they do feel good, so I'm able to do pretty good reps, but the second my triceps tap out, I'm done. So probably gonna end up doing one more set here, and I'm just gonna jump right into it because I feel like it's not as heavy until it does get heavy, so that makes sense. It just depends when your triceps get engaged. But your chest is a pretty big muscle group, so you're able to push through even when your triceps are tapping. But when they're fully done, the lockout portion of the movement just turns off. So I'm just gonna go right into it.
I think I'm not paying fucking 4,000 every 2 weeks. It is, bro.
I just found another press that I've never tried before. I just did a 1 warm-up set and it felt pretty good. Honestly, I like the way it feels. It just feels like a regular bench press, but a little smoother. And so it has kind of a limited range of motion, which I do like. It reminds me of a little floor press. Since I already did a press with a pretty wide spectrum of range of motion, this one's a great addition as another pressing movement. So we're just gonna rock it. Just 2 plates here. I don't know. It might be a little heavy, might be light. We'll see. We'll just adjust from here. Oh yeah, that's a little light. Barely got up. Damn. I did hit some abs yesterday, so it's probably why I'm not too fat yet. But we are gonna add another plate, do 1 heavy set, and probably do another back off. side note, I do really like how these plates feel. They're just like, they're heavy, they're metal, but the rubber on the outside makes them real nice to the touch. Little beta though. Almost dropped it on my foot. So I'm gonna do, this is my second to last movement before I do the fly to stretch it out. I'm doing some incline, and this machine's fucking awesome, bro. The way the leverager works, it doesn't go straight up, it kind of goes straight and up. So it's not just up like that, which I do like as well, but this adds like a little bit more to the range of motion since you have the weight distributed evenly throughout the whole movement, rather than just, you know, go up and have majority of the weight at the top. Just hits my pec minor perfectly. All right, hold. Let's go.
Easy.
One more. Yep. Oh, good. Thank you, bro.
It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goal.
Anybody can train and eat, but what's driving you to do what you do in life? This is the most important thing. What drives you? Because what drives you will be an influence to someone else. I don't care about how big my arms is or how much I can bench press in the gym. You know, it's not about how you look, it's about connecting with someone. I found something that nobody could take away from me. I just took all the passion out into eating, sleeping, and training. I didn't want to go to school or anything like this because all the kids were laughing at me in school because I didn't have a father. But I had that gym, you know, and that gym taught me in discipline, taught me sacrifice, and it just taught me how to trust my decisions.
In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose. Once your goal is sharply but realistically defined, all that remains is carrying out your plan. Don't, however, worry about your individual potential. Potential is only the expression of a possibility, something that can be assessed accurately only in retrospect. In other words, you'll never know how good you might have become unless you try.
The longer you train, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the better results you're gonna get. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out.
I tore my chest. I snapped my tendon, tore my chest with 300 kilos bench pressing. You know what they said? I'll never come back. I'll never be a bodybuilder. I'll never. This happened after I got second place in my first semester. You know what happened? I was the first bodybuilder in the universe that ever came back from this and won a show. I won 23 shows after that. And it wasn't just a tear. I had major surgery. Like, I tore my pectoralis major and minor and snapped my tendon in half. If I can make it through that and deal with that, I can almost do anything. Because the world said it was impossible, right?
In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose. Once your goal is sharply but realistically defined, all that remains is carrying out your plan. Don't, however, worry about your individual potential. Potential is only the expression of a possibility, something that can be assessed accurately only in retrospect. In other words, you'll never know how good you might have become unless you try. So let's get with it.
Alright guys, so the pump has been acquired. Honestly, pretty good workout for how packed it was. Got a little distracted between the sets, but you know, can't complain. Still got it done. Biceps are pretty pumped now. Sorry for the missing audio because my microphone died, so it's pretty quiet in here, so we're just doing on the default mic from the camera. So I'm gonna do the outro here, and the camera is also gonna die soon, so we're kind of facing some technical difficulties right now, but the pump's been good. I want to give you guys a little physique update and see where we're at. We're pretty much midway through the off season, or yeah, we're about in those middle weeks. I think we're gonna go for another 12 weeks at least, so let's see what we're looking like. All right, see what we're working with here. Shouldn't be too fat yet, so honestly not that yet. Not bad for 240 pounds. We're still gonna probably climb another 5 to 10 pounds maybe, but I just want to consolidate this weight, get the tissue nice and grainy, and that's gonna be pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching the video. I'll be back very soon, so keep your post notifications on, subscribe, like, and comment please for the algorithm. We're gonna keep the YouTube going, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Use code SWL as always. Peace.